Welcome back to Derpy Dungeons. This is Yasuo, and we are playing Baldur's Gate 3. We just finished saving this place. This is the grove where the druids and the tieflings reside. As you can see, all the tieflings are gone. And we are going to continue and talk to... Perception check?
What's that?
Oh, hello. Okay. I'll take it. You know, there is probably a lot I could take from this town while everyone's gone. For instance...
Can't keep me out.
There we are.
I'll take that.
I think I'm gonna go around the tiefling part before I go into the druid grove. It just strikes me as the way to go. Of course that's empty. Got a practice sword. Oh, and a book! The Illustrated Adventures of Baldurian. The founder of Baldur's Gate, if I'm not mistaken. Which I could be. This book is packed full of adventure, tales of adventure. The monsters are ferocious, the men are muscled, the women are buxom, and the clothing is easily torn. Something is cleft in twain on every other page, although you do find a passage that's a little less bloody. The woman's eyes were dusky, filled with mystery and promise. Baldurian was intrigued. Anything? He asked. Anything, she said. Just name it, and it can be yours. And what do you want in return? Oh, just a small thing. She smiled. Baldurian laughed. Nothing about him was small. I want your soul, Baldurian, she sighed. Give me your spirit, and whatever you desire shall be yours. Baldurian considered this for a moment. Very well. I want a turnip. She hesitated. Your soul in exchange for a turnip? A nice turnip, nodded Baldurian. Very well. Dark smoke swirled around the woman, whose skin was turning red. Then you shall. The next couple of pages have been torn out. When the story resumes, the woman, now fully revealed as a devil, is kneeling at Baldurian's feet. Curse you, Baldurian! I am bound to you, yours to call upon when you need me, and your soul is your own once more. Let that be a lesson to you, laughed Baldurian. Never underestimate the power of a turnip. That was a weird book. Anyway. I hope you're all enjoying this. Giving little voices to each one of the books in random ways is kind of fun for me. Let's see here. I'll take a bedroll. I will also open that crate. Steal the apple.
What's hiding here?
Open that crate. And steal the potato and whatever that other thing was. Wolf, wolf. Storage room. Oh, the Druid's Ledger. detailed record of the druid's food and medical supplies. It reads, Supply log is scrawled and underlined on the inside cover. The dirt-stained pages that follow track the storage and use of food and medical supplies. A flurry of entries near the end suggests that the reserves are nearly depleted. That wasn't nearly as fun. Sorry. The Approachable East, Volume 2. The pages are stained with dust and mud, but between screed about hygiene while traveling on the road. Your eyes settle on this section. There were those that warned me against straying from the river, but I was out searching for an adventure. And where better than the fields of the dead? Living in Baldur's Gate, one hears much about this grand grassy plain, but one never visits. And for a place with such a desolate name, it is positively teeming with life. Well, perhaps not taming, but there are honest farmers to be found there, and large numbers of ravens. Alas, I have no time to venture near the huge hills, or barrows as the locals call them, but I am told that ancient artifacts are all but bursting out of the ground. A fine spot for a little relic hunting. Okay. Open the backpack. I'm gonna leave the cup. Now I'll take the rope. Open the shabby wardrobe. Sure. Open the other shabby wardrobe. Sure. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Soul coins. A treatise. Academic disclosure. This research was funded independently and conducted at a site in Avernus, the first plane of the Nine Hills. Candlekeep does not encourage or promote the entrapment of mortal souls. Soul coins, as a concept, are one of the merciless simplicities. The sum of personal and magical essence, the soul, is bound into a minted piece of infernal iron and used as currency by devils and their cohorts. They are frequently traded, for their value can purchase mercenaries, magical items, and even fuel the strange engines in the hells. However, there is a fascinating culture surrounding soul coins as well. I spoke to a devil who admitted she had one coin that she will never sell, for it was a bargain that got her promoted out of lemur status. She connected me to a half-elf warlock who had promised his soul to a coin after death. I was able to look at the contract, which is reproduced below. The next 50 pages appear to be painstakingly written legal documents in Infernal with a headache-inducing number of footnotes. I do believe I've read that one before. This might have something good in it. Oh, DC 20? Not enough. Wow. Same roll. I'm gonna use inspiration on that one. Oddly enough. Now, what did my uses of thieves' tools actually give me? Basic poison, some toxin, drow poison, and a bottle. Alrighty. Onward and upward. Oh yeah, there was that lady in a cage in here, right? And she's gone. They killed her.
What's inside?
Oh. She has nothing anyway. I think that if I get caught, those chests get filled with my inventory. Oh, it's weird seeing all this empty. I ain't gonna worry about that. Auntie Ethel. Volo's Complete Guide to the Behavior of Nymphs. Oh, this might be good. The book is handwritten in a swinging scrawl. The red ink of an eager editor slashes through most of its contents. 2 inscriptions, each in a different hand, are scribbled inside the cover. V. Absolutely not. E. Dearest Elminster, while you may lack imagination, nymphs, I assure you, do not. Nor does the public that eagerly awaits this work. I will refrain from publishing this piece for now, but only that I may conduct a more extensive bout of research. Your friend these many years, Volozamp Gadon, author, researcher, raconteur, etc. Wasn't as good as I thought it'd be. That's probably used to be a toad. I'm gonna take it. Well, encumber me. Alright. Oh, there is someone still here. Mr. Venda, how are you?
You saved us. I wasn't sure we'd make it through.
Let me see your
I
webs.
wish I had better, but this is all I have.
Maybe when you go to Baldur's Gate, you will have better. Anything pop out? No. Same shit you had before.
May Timora's luck.
Yes, yes. Timora's luck. Ooh. Oh, I did not want to pick that entire thing up. Where is it? Well, oh, there it is. Huh. Huh? Huh. Books. The True and Impossible Adventures of Tenebrew Morrow, Volume 2. An excerpt from The True and Impossible Adventures of Tenebrew Morrow, a pulp series following the real-life exploits of an interplanar ship's captain. The real Captain Morrow is known never to have left her native Waterdeep, and emerges from her room at the yawning portal, only to exchange scrawled manuscripts for fresh meals and ink. And thus, in the light of the Feywild's ne'er setting sun, we passed into the land of the Eladrin. My astute resolution to sail around their forest was betrayed. It seemed to me that the river itself conspired to change course, bringing the new bride into the shadows of the trees, and that I might see those dancing figures up close. The form of the Eladrin, with which I am now intimately familiar, is that of elves as seen in a fever dream. Slender as swans and with hair of every changeable hue, their moods mirror that fey wilderness from which they spring. One moment gentle as a still pond, the next inexorably and deadly as a mountain. The latter I experienced only after spending many agreeable hours or perhaps seasons. Among them, a halfling woman, employed among my crew as a smith, dared to raise her voice in song above that of her hosts. The depth of the insult became clear as the forest fell into silence, and it was only quick thinking on my part that lived with a compromise. When we left, it was without our smith, and the only sound was the solitary ring of her hammer as she endeavored to forge a blade that would sing for the Eladrin more sweetly than the sea. It has been some centuries since. I hope she has succeeded by now. The Realm According to Bumpo. The book naturally falls to a dog-eared page in which Bumpo describes the more unusual races he's met in his travels. But they weren't half so strong as the bird folk. First Aarakocra I met had the head of a parrot, the body of a human, and wings also of a parrot. I tried not to stare, but that was real hard. Turns out she was one of a motley party, 'cause around her table were tabaxi, which are cat folk, a Genazi, some elemental folk, and a turtle folk. Trying to act casual, I asked what the hell they all were. They ignored me, but I can't blame them. To them, I must have looked awfully dull and average, for they were the first of their kind I'd seen, but I was just one of a billion boring humans to them. Excuse me. And there's another book on this table. Am I still over encumbered? Seems like I am. Journey through the jungles of Cholt, probably. The sun had just fallen below the horizon when I first heard its call, 1,000 reed pipes at once, whistling a single beautiful, terrible song. Ulu Thalong, said Jaw, it's coming. Jaw dropped her pack and scurried up the nearest bitter. With a bit more effort, I climbed a tree of my own, and the two of us surveyed the grassy ground beneath. There it is again, above and beneath and all around. So close my skull vibrated from the sound. The ferns and foliage under me rippled and swayed. Jaw held a finger to her lips to demand my silence, and in one motion, it snatched her. A vine, a tentacle, it hardly mattered. The hunter had found its prey. Jaw's scream swelled, then faded as Ulu Thalong dragged her away. I leapt down to give chase, but the creature left no mark behind. The grass were untrampled, the shrubs unbroken. I had only the memory of that harrowing call to guide me. The Annals of Baldur's Gate. Preface. Centuries ago, a young man sailed from the village of Grey Harbor. Where he went, what he saw, and the deeds he accomplished are simple legends today. But the wealth he returned with years later is hard fact. Baldurian made Grey Harbor rich. His gold built docks, funded businesses, and raised strong walls to protect it all. One of the gates into the flourishing city was named in his honor, but so great was the wealth that flowed through it, the name of the gate became more famous than the village that started it all. The name, Grey Harbor, has been relegated to dusty history books and ancient maps. But Baldur's Gate? That name is on the lips of every traveler in Faerun. I think I had read that one before. Yes, I am over encumbered. Traveler's Guide to the Sword Coast, Volume 9, Inns and Guest Houses. With the dust of the journey still clinging to boots and cloak, the canny travelers will no doubt seek to secure accommodations within the city post-haste. Below are some establishments that are typical of what the city has to offer. The Blade and Stars. Easily identified by its sign, a wooden shield boasting a curved blade against a field of stars. A handwritten scroll on the margin notes that the sign is currently not in place. This inn is comfortable, quiet, and highly recommended for travelers seeking to recuperate from their journey. Expect unassuming fare at a reasonable price, moderately clean rooms, and passably clean patron. The Blushing Mermaid. For those seeking an altogether rowdier night in the city, the Blushing Mermaid should be the first port of call. Named for the life-size wooden mermaid on display, this inn is known for its ill-reputed patrons, frequent brawls, and altogether unsavory reputation. Nevertheless, I feature it here owing to great interest from my readership. I can only advise that you exercise extreme vigilance should you choose this establishment. Elfsong Tavern. Most of this passage is illegible due to water damage, apart from the words and phrases near the inner margin. Dimly lit, Proprietor Allen, disembodied elvish singing voice. Yep, that is the Elfsong Tavern. I need to send some of this stuff to home. Just because my inventory is full. Keep the hat. I want to look at it. I'm actually going to keep that too. There we go. I should not be over encumbered anymore. Alrighty. I think that's enough. We're gonna head to the druids now. What's up, puppy? Does anybody in my group have speak with animals?
Well, hello.
I don't think you do. Speak with the dead.
What's next?
Okay.
Can't give up now.
I just thought maybe.
And the Outlanders. What of them?
You took it upon yourself to undertake the Rite of Thorns. I ought to exile you from this place. Forever. Instead, I shall listen to the explanation that you owe me.
I owe you nothing. Goblins swarmed us like roaches while you stumbled after the past. You chose to abandon us. I chose to protect us.
Silence! The rite has been ended. I will allow you to stay, but consider yourself a novice anew. You have forgotten the ways of the druids, our place in the natural order. You shall learn it all once again, right here. Backslide, and nature's fury will crush you.
As you wish, Master Halsin.
Bitch. You were too lenient. There's bad blood between tieflings and druids because of her.
Spilled blood will not right bad blood. Allow me to deal with my own. I still have need of her. You will soon see why. But enough of that for now. I owe you my thanks. The grove stands. Nature prevails. And again, I am in your debt. Speak to Wrath. He will reward you for your efforts.
What happens next?
The journey to Moonrise Towers, and all the dangers that entails. But that's tomorrow's problem. Take some time for yourself tonight. Rest, celebrate. Come morning, I'll be by your side.
Okay.
With all who shelter here, it is the will of Sylvanas.
Sylvanas would not command us to invite rot into our midst.
Oh, child.
Peace. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Okay, I've already done everything over here. So I don't want to be over here. I really do think he went a little too lenient on her. I still have the mission to steal that. But
I know you stopped the goblins, but I can't stop looking over my shoulder. It makes it hard to sleep at night.
You think you saved us? You just prolonged the inevitable. Sooner or later, other outsiders will bring trouble to the Grove.
uh-huh. That's life.
Do you hear them? The birds? They're beautiful. I've thought of nothing but goblins and tieflings for so long. I stopped listening.
Glad I could help.
We wasted so much time fighting each other. Sylvanas taught us a lesson by letting an outsider save us.
Me know.
I hear the goblin leaders met their ends. Unfortunate for them, but very fortunate for the Grove.
If you only knew.
We're free of the goblins, but the grove is changed. Wounded. The days ahead won't be easy. I'm glad we have Halsin to guide us.
You're welcome.
I wasn't sure about you at first. Thought you might be trouble. I was very wrong.
I accept your apology.
Peace.
Yeah.
You
Hey,
done
Raf.
it. You brought Halsin back. Thank you.
You're welcome.
No, thanks is not enough. May Sylvanas bless you for all your days. I cannot imagine taking on a camp full of goblins was a simple task.
It was fun. For someone like me, it was pretty simple, actually.
Fair enough. I should not have underestimated you. And I promised you a reward, didn't I?
I totally
Let me
forgot.
show you on your map where you can find the cache. Take this rune. You'll need it. Place it among the pedestals inside our library. When the wolf glows brightest, everything in the vault below will be yours.
Okay. Sounds promising.
You did this grove a great favor. And now leave the rest to us.
I don't like you.
Peace is returning to the grove. We have you to thank for that.
I think it's high time you all left. Our sacred grove has sheltered you enough.
I don't like you either. Where were you during the attack?
Within the inner sanctum, of course. It is not for us to fight your battles.
You disgust me.
I assure you, the feeling is mutual.
I kind of want to take it, but also kind of don't. Hey, the birds.
Blessed day. I was worried I'd never see Master Halsin again. You kept your word. Thank you.
You're just lucky I didn't swig that poison.
Ha! Look, I'm sorry. I didn't know what to do when you told me about that tadpole.
You're very welcome.
I don't know if I can ever restore Sylvanas' peace to this place. But I'll have the chance. Thanks to you.
See you later, Nettie. Oh yeah, this is her special room. Alright, that's gonna exhaust my time today, guys. I'm sorry. I don't feel like we did anything but walk around looting the entire place and making sure that everyone's alright. So we'll be ending it here, and I will hit you up next time. If you enjoyed this, drop a like. You want to see more? Follow. Doesn't cost you anything, doesn't hurt you. Have a wonderful day. Bye.